Many people are aging too young, and there can be several reasons for it, and one of them is using coffee. When a person has a cup of coffee, it's like they've created a crisis. And that's why the person feels good, because in a crisis, you're moving. But how would you feel if you had 3 or 4 crises every day? To take coffee for a lift is like taking out a loan to pay off your loan. Eventually, your adrenal glands wear out. Your adrenal glands sit on top of your kidneys, and they're like your bank account. Eventually, there's nothing left. It's also like whipping a tired horse. A horse can be carrying heavy loads all day and it's getting so tired, but if the owner whips it, it will keep working, but the next day you can't even get it to stand up. A young man said to me, "I found something that gets me going in the morning better than coffee. Turn the hot water off in the morning and just have a cold shower." And he said, "You don't get the corresponding dump. Cold water is a wonderful tonic, and the reason is because we're warm-blooded creatures. So we don't like cold water. So when cold water goes on our body, there's a reaction. And it's that reaction that has that tonic effect, and it's that reaction that is used in water treatments."
Do you want to stay active, independent, and full of energy well into your 70s and beyond? As we age, our bodies go through changes, but science has identified key signs that can predict how long and how well you'll live after 70. If you're over 50, now is the perfect time to pay attention to these signs and take action. But what if I told you that small changes today could add not just years to your life, but also improve the quality of those years? These signs can help you understand where you stand and what you can do to stay healthy for longer. Do you want to age gracefully, stay strong, and enjoy life without limitations? Then this video is for you. Stay tuned as we break down the 8 scientifically proven signs that can determine your longevity.
And aren't there a lot of different messages on food? Carbs are good. No, actually they're bad. Fat is bad. Actually it's good. Do you ever think, when are they going to make up their minds? How long have we been on the planet? Well, let's take the lowest common denominator. As a Bible-believing Christian, I believe we're about 10,000 years, I think. Haven't they worked it out yet? What would be the signs that someone had worked it out? A group of people had worked it out. Healthy, long life, quality of life. And there are people on the planet that do experience that. I don't know if you've heard of the book Blue Zone. You have Time magazine, I think it was 15 years ago, did also an article on Blue Zone. They looked at, we're going to particularly look at 3 groups of people that live long lives, commonly into their hundreds, quality of life, and the journalist actually interviewed and followed a lot of them. And one was the Okinawans, which are Japanese, I think it's a Japanese island, very hard for McDonald's to get to islands. And there's a picture of a Okinawan woman, 85, collecting seaweed in the shallow part around the island. Also the Sardinians, which is an Italian group of people, and he was climbing hills, almost mountains, for this 90-year-old man to check his goats, and he could hardly keep up with him. Now the third group of people were the Seventh-day Adventists, and they're a group of people that commonly have much better health. So the 3 common denominators with these 3 groups of people were, they're always active, and tomorrow we're going to be looking at exercise. Number 2, they eat food in its natural state. A lot of them are vegetarians. The ones that eat meat, it's not a large part of their diet. And the third common denominator was they're very social. You know, we're social people, aren't we? And when we're social people, our mind is not so much concentrated on us, but on other people. Interesting that they were the 3 common denominators.
Number 1, the power of balance, standing on one leg. Let's begin with something that might surprise you, your ability to balance on one leg. It may seem simple, but this small test can reveal a lot about your future health. Studies have shown that balance is one of the strongest indicators of longevity. People in their 70s and older who can stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds tend to live longer and stay healthier. On the other hand, those who struggle with balance are at a greater risk of falls, injuries, and even cognitive decline. Take Frank and Henry, for example, both in their early 70s. Frank stays active by walking daily, practicing yoga, and easily lifting one foot off the ground without losing stability. Henry, however, hasn't paid much attention to his balance. When he tries to stand on one leg, he quickly loses his footing and has to grab onto something for support. What Henry doesn't realize is that this isn't just a sign of aging, it's a warning. Poor balance can indicate weakening muscles, reduced coordination, and even early signs of brain health issues. Balance is more than just physical stability, it reflects your overall well-being. Strong balance means your muscles, nervous system, and brain are working together efficiently. When it starts to decline, it can signal deeper health concerns. For example, frequent stumbling or feeling unsteady when turning quickly could point to muscle weakness or early neurological changes. The good news, balance can be improved. Simple exercises like standing on one foot for a few seconds each day, walking heel to toe, or practicing Tai Chi can make a significant difference. These exercises not only strengthen your legs, but also enhance coordination and brain function. Try this test now. Stand up and lift one foot off the ground. Can you hold it for 10 seconds? If not, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Working on your balance today could mean a stronger, steadier future. Balance isn't just about preventing falls, it's about maintaining independence and quality of life. So take a moment to assess your stability. The more effort you put into improving your balance now, the more confident and capable you'll feel in the years ahead. Number 2, your walking speed. Let's talk about how fast you walk. It might surprise you, but your walking speed is one of the most reliable indicators of how long you may live after 70. Research suggests that people who maintain a steady, brisk pace in their 70s and beyond tend to live longer than those who slow down significantly. Walking speed reflects overall health, muscle strength, cardiovascular function, and even brain health. Take 2 women, Rose and Clara, both 75 years old. Rose walks every morning, keeps a steady pace, and has no trouble with stairs or uneven ground. Her movements are fluid and confident. Clara, however, has slowed down over the years. She frequently needs breaks, feels unsteady, and struggles to keep up with others. While Rose's walking speed indicates her body is still functioning well, Clara's slower pace may be a sign of underlying health problems, such as muscle weakness, poor circulation, or even early neurological decline. Walking speed isn't just about getting from one place to another, it's a reflection of your overall vitality. Walking briskly means your heart, lungs, and muscles are working efficiently. If your pace slows down, it could be a sign that your body is struggling to keep up. If you find yourself stopping frequently or feeling out of breath after short walks, it may indicate declining cardiovascular health or muscle weakness. The good news is that you can improve your walking speed. Start by taking regular walks, even if they're short, and gradually increase your pace and distance. If you've noticed yourself slowing down, don't ignore it. The speed at which you move through life can reveal a lot about how long you'll keep moving at all. Walking isn't just good for your physical health, it benefits your mind too. Regular walks can improve your mood, boost memory, and lower the risk of chronic diseases. So lace up your shoes and get going. Your future self will appreciate it.
I have a sister-in-law. She married my husband's brother, and she's a model. Her name's Abigail O'Neill. She started modelling at the age of 36, and they thought she was 17. She lives like this. She's never drunk, she's never smoked. Mind you, there's a bit of genetics there. She's very beautiful. But remember that genetics loads the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. There are many beautiful women that by the age of getting into their 40s, the wrinkles and the cellulitis is coming, but not with this woman. She's incredibly beautiful. They said to her one day, "We don't want a 17-year-old for this photo shoot." She said, "I'm 40. And her husband has built her some steps, and she does this every day, the high-intensity interval training. She's a great illustration that genetics may load the gun. She's got some good genes there, but it's lifestyle that pulls the trigger. In fact, she's stepped into the modelling game. She's stepped into a hole because so many models by the age of 40, they're drinking too much coffee, smoking too much, so they don't want to eat, and the cellulitis and the wrinkles come, but not so my sister-in-law. I'm sure the wrinkles will come, but they're taking a while. See, there is a formula, and if you abide by the formula, you will get the results. The movie stars pay $1,000 a week for this, the human growth hormone, because their profession is dependent on them looking good. Well, I'm offering it to you cut price today. 15 minutes of high-intensity interval training a day will cause a release of the human growth hormone, and that will remain active for 24 hours. What a bargain. If you don't think you've got 15 minutes in a day, it's time to do an assessment of what you do with your time. I was reading in a book called Christ Objects Lessons about the stories that Jesus gave, and one about the talents. And the writer commented that the talent we will be most accountable for is the talent of time. What do you do with your time? And if you don't think you've got time to exercise, start to make an assessment of how much time you spend on your phone, how much time you spend on your computer, your iPad. What do you do with your time? In fact, this is the best insurance policy that you can make, because the dividends it gives back far exceed the effort you put into it. Far exceed. Now you know the secret. By the way, you can have twin girls, identical twins. One goes to the mountains and lives like a hippie, and one gets into modelling and then movies and takes the human growth hormone. By the age of 50, the wrinkles are coming anyway, and she can't afford the human growth hormone, so she stops. And in 6 months, she ages 10 years. Now let's have a look at both of those women when they're 60. Who's going to look good? The hippie in the rainforest, or the hippie in the mountains, who naturally does the high intensity in her work. One lady said to me, "Yeah, but I'm active all day." I said, "It won't do it. You've got to take that little chunk to do this high intensity, because at the end of it, you're going to need a shower or dive in the creek, because you're pushing yourself to the extreme." Some people are a bit scared to do that. They think they'll have a heart attack. No one's ever had a heart attack doing this.
Number 3, the strength of your social connections. Your social connections play a bigger role in your health than you might realise. The quality of your relationships is one of the strongest predictors of how long you might live beyond 70. Research shows that people with close social ties, whether through friendships, family, or community involvement, tend to live longer and stay healthier. On the other hand, loneliness has been linked to a higher risk of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even early death. Consider 2 women, Alice and Betty, both 77 years old. Alice has an active social life. She stays in touch with friends, takes part in a book club, and enjoys spending time with her grandchildren. She laughs often and feels connected to those around her. Betty, however, spends most of her time alone. Over the years, she has lost touch with many of her friends and rarely reaches out to family. As time passes, she begins to feel isolated. Her mood worsens and her overall health starts to decline. Human connection isn't just about emotional well-being. It has a direct impact on physical health. When you engage with others, your brain releases chemicals like oxytocin and serotonin, which help lower stress and improve overall well-being. On the other hand, loneliness can trigger inflammation, which is linked to almost every major age-related disease. If you've been withdrawing from social activities, it's never too late to change that. Even small efforts, like calling an old friend or joining a group with shared interests, can make a real difference. The relationships you build today don't just bring happiness, they help you stay healthier and live longer. Number 4, the strength of your handshake, grip strength. Now let's talk about your grip strength. You might not think much about the firmness of your handshake, but it's actually one of the clearest indicators of overall health as you age. A strong grip suggests healthy muscles, good circulation, and a well-functioning nervous system. A weak grip, however, can be a warning sign of muscle loss, frailty, and an increased risk of health problems. Consider Annie and Evelyn, both 78 years old. Annie has remained active over the years. She does light weightlifting, keeps up with household chores, and has no trouble opening jars or carrying groceries. Evelyn, however, has noticed a change. Holding a heavy bag or twisting the lid off a jar has become more difficult. She dismisses it as a natural part of aging, but what she doesn't realize is that her weakening grip could be an early sign of muscle loss, which can lead to frailty, falls, and a reduced life expectancy. Grip strength isn't just about the muscles in your hands, it's a reflection of your overall physical health. Research has shown that people with stronger grips often have better heart health, lower rates of chronic disease, and even a reduced risk of cognitive decline. On the other hand, a weak grip can be an early indicator of sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass with age, which can make daily activities more challenging and increase the risk of injury. The good news, you can strengthen your grip. Simple exercises like squeezing a stress ball, using hand grippers, or carrying light weights can help. These activities not only build hand strength, but also improve circulation and coordination. If you've noticed that your handshake feels weaker than before, or that everyday tasks are becoming more difficult, don't overlook it. Start incorporating grip strengthening exercises into your routine today. A stronger grip now could mean a more independent and capable future. Your hands reflect your overall muscle health. The stronger they are, the more resilient your body will be as you age. Number 5, your sleep quality. Sleep is more than just rest. It's when your body repairs itself, strengthens the immune system, and clears toxins from the brain. The quality of your sleep can be a strong indicator of how long you might live. People over 70 who consistently get restful, high-quality sleep tend to live longer and healthier lives. On the other hand, poor sleep has been linked to memory decline, heart disease, and weakened immunity. Consider 2 men, Walter and George, both in their mid-70s. Walter sticks to a steady bedtime routine, sleeps around 7 hours each night, and wakes up feeling refreshed. George, however, struggles with restless nights. He tosses and turns, wakes up multiple times, and often feels drained in the morning. Over time, Walter's body continues to function well, while George experiences brain fog, fatigue, and even fluctuations in his blood pressure, all tied to his poor sleep quality. Sleep isn't just about how many hours you spend in bed, it's about how well you rest. Even if you sleep for 8 hours, frequent awakenings or difficulty falling asleep can interfere with your body's natural repair processes. Poor sleep can result from stress, an unhealthy diet, lack of physical activity, or even undiagnosed conditions like sleep apnea. The good news is that you can improve your sleep. Try cutting down on screen time before bed, sticking to a consistent routine, getting natural sunlight in the morning, and avoiding heavy meals at night. Sleep isn't just about feeling rested, it's about keeping both your body and mind functioning at their best. Number 6, the sharpness of your mind, cognitive health. Your brain is the command center of your body, and its condition plays a major role in how long and how well you live. People who maintain strong cognitive function in their 70s and beyond tend to enjoy longer, healthier lives. On the other hand, those who experience memory issues, confusion, or trouble concentrating may be at a higher risk for conditions like dementia or Alzheimer's. Take 2 men, Oliver and James, both 75 years old. Oliver keeps his mind active by reading daily, solving puzzles, and learning new skills like playing the piano. He enjoys challenging his brain and feels sharp, focused, and engaged. James, however, has stopped doing mentally stimulating activities. He spends most of his time watching TV and rarely challenges his mind. Over time, he begins to forget names, misplace items, and struggle to follow conversations. Keeping your brain sharp isn't just about preventing memory loss. It's about preserving your independence and quality of life. The good news is that you can take steps to support and improve your cognitive health. Engaging in activities like reading, learning new skills, playing brain games, or even socializing can help keep your brain active and functioning at its best. Number 7, managing stress. The way you handle stress after 60 or 70 can be a strong indicator of how long you'll live. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mood, it weakens your immune system, raises your risk of heart disease, and speeds up aging. On the other hand, those who manage stress well tend to stay healthier, more active, and mentally sharp as they age. Take Kate and Amy, both 77 years old. Like everyone else, Kate deals with challenges, unexpected expenses, health concerns, family issues, but she approaches them with a calm and steady mindset. She practices deep breathing, stays connected with others, and doesn't dwell on problems longer than necessary. Amy, however, holds on to stress. She constantly worries about things beyond her control, feels overwhelmed by small frustrations, and often gets caught in negative thought patterns. Over time, this ongoing stress takes a toll on her body. Her blood pressure rises, her sleep suffers, and her energy declines. If you often feel tense, irritable, or emotionally drained, don't ignore it. Finding ways to manage stress, whether through mindfulness, exercise, deep breathing, or even laughter, can extend your lifespan and improve your well-being. Number 8, the impact of weight on your future. Why your diet and weight matter. Maintaining a healthy weight and balanced diet plays a key role in longevity and overall well-being, especially as you get older. Carrying excess weight puts strain on joints, leading to pain and conditions like osteoarthritis, while also increasing the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and other chronic illnesses. A diet rich in whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats helps regulate weight, reduce inflammation, and lower disease risks. For instance, someone who eats nutrient-dense meals tends to have more energy and better overall health, while relying on processed foods can lead to fatigue and health problems. Even small dietary changes like adding more vegetables or cutting back on sugary snacks can have a significant impact. Weight also affects pain levels as extra pounds put more stress on joints and worsen inflammation. Losing just 5 to 10% of body weight can reduce pain and improve mobility. Staying hydrated, eating mindfully, and incorporating gentle activities like walking or yoga can support weight management and enhance overall health. By making gradual, sustainable changes, you can lower disease risks, ease pain, and maintain independence. Your weight and diet are powerful tools. Use them to build a healthier, more active future. Start today and your body will thank you for years to come. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Small, consistent steps lead to lasting improvements. Now that you've explored these 8 signs, take a moment to reflect. Are you living with energy and vitality, or have you noticed small shifts nudging you toward better health? The good news is, it's never too late to take control. Your future isn't set in stone, it's shaped by the choices you make every day. Whether it's improving your balance, strengthening your grip, or nourishing your body, every action matters. Think about this. What if small changes today could not only add years to your life, but also improve the quality of those years? What if prioritizing your health now meant more time with loved ones and more joy in the years ahead? The power to shape your future is in your hands. Start with a walk, a nutritious meal, or a moment of mindfulness. These small actions can create big changes over time. Longevity isn't just about living longer. It's about feeling strong, energized, and ready to enjoy life at every stage. So ask yourself, what's one step you can take today to invest in your health? Every effort counts. A longer, healthier life starts with one small step. Take that step today. The best time to begin is now. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need more advice, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more health tips, and as always, stay informed and stay healthy.